In the modern world, your phone is one of the greatest enemies of focus and mental clarity. Every day, we're bombarded with notifications, messages, emails, and the endless scroll of social media. These distractions seem small at first. A quick check, a moment of entertainment, or a simple text reply. But over time, they erode our ability to concentrate, think deeply, and live purposefully. The Stoics understood the importance of focus. They knew that to live a life of virtue and purpose, you must eliminate distractions that pull you away from your values and goals. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste time on things that didn't align with his higher purpose. He understood that your attention is your most valuable resource. In today's world, your attention is under constant attack. The problem isn't the phone itself, but how we use it, or rather, how it uses us. We are slaves to constant notifications and instant gratification. Every time we look at our phones, we're giving away pieces of our focus, our energy, and our mental clarity. But here's the truth. If you want to reclaim your mind, you need to regain control over your attention. The first step in this process is recognizing how much time and energy you're losing to distractions. How many hours each day are spent scrolling aimlessly or responding to things that don't serve your growth? This isn't about eliminating your phone altogether. It's about using it intentionally, with a clear purpose, and not letting it dictate your mental state. You must decide what's worth your attention and what isn't. Habit number 1. Set boundaries. Establish phone-free zones and times. One of the most powerful ways to regain control over your attention is by setting clear boundaries with your phone. The Stoics believed that in order to live virtuously, you need to remove distractions and focus your energy on what truly matters. This means intentionally deciding when and where you'll allow your phone to take your attention. Set boundaries around when and where you use your phone. Make certain times of the day or certain areas of your life completely phone-free. This could be the first hour of your day when you wake up, or the last hour before you go to sleep. It could be during meals, when you're spending time with family, or when you're working on a deep task that requires your full attention. The Stoics believed in the power of ritual and routine. By establishing phone-free zones, you create space for deeper focus and mindfulness. These boundaries aren't just about limiting distractions, they're about intentionally protecting your mental clarity and energy. Think about it. When was the last time you spent an hour without checking your phone? Without hearing a ping, a buzz, or being pulled into an app? The answer might surprise you. In today's world, we're so connected that we forget the power of uninterrupted thought. Start by consciously setting times during your day when you won't use your phone. Place it in another room, put it on silent, or turn it off altogether. This small but powerful practice will help you restore your mental clarity and make your attention more intentional. Habit number 2. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment. Another Stoic principle that helps with reclaiming mental clarity is mindfulness. The Stoics were masters of being present in the moment, focusing on what they were doing without getting distracted by external factors. Marcus Aurelius would remind himself throughout the day to focus on the present, saying, "Focus on what's in front of you." Mindfulness is about training your mind to stay focused on the task at hand, whether you're working, reading, or simply enjoying the present moment. When you find your mind drifting to distractions, gently bring it back to the present. By practicing mindfulness, you actively train your brain to reject distractions and keep your attention aligned with your purpose. This can be applied to your phone usage as well. Instead of mindlessly scrolling, focus on the content you're engaging with and ask yourself, is this adding value to my life? Is this aligned with my goals? The more you practice mindfulness, the less susceptible you'll become to the constant pull of your phone and the outside world. You'll regain the ability to focus deeply, making your mental energy much more effective and purposeful. Habit number 3. Create focus rituals. Design your environment for success. The Stoics understood that the environment plays a massive role in shaping your mindset and actions. If you want to stay focused, you need to create a physical space that supports your goals. This includes how you handle your phone, your workspace, and even the people you surround yourself with. Marcus Aurelius didn't allow himself to be distracted by unnecessary noise. He would retreat to a space where he could think clearly, reflect deeply, and work on the things that truly mattered. The same principle applies to your phone. Your phone shouldn't dominate your environment. You should dominate it. Start by creating focus rituals that involve putting your phone in airplane mode or out of sight when you're working on important tasks. Turn off unnecessary notifications that disrupt your flow. Set clear boundaries around your phone use and design your environment to support your goals. For example, designate a specific area for work, a desk, a quiet corner, or even a specific chair, where you focus entirely on the task at hand. Keep your phone out of sight. Make sure your environment promotes mental clarity, whether that means cleaning up clutter, removing distractions, or using tools like noise-canceling headphones. By making your environment conducive to focus, you're removing external distractions that can drain your energy. This allows you to work more efficiently and live with intention. Remember, your environment shapes your behavior. If you want to build mental clarity and eliminate distractions, you must intentionally design your space to promote focus. Your phone doesn't belong everywhere. It has its time and place, but it shouldn't steal your attention during moments that require deep work. Habit number 4, time blocking. Allocate phone-free periods. The Stoics were masters of time management. They didn't allow their time to be wasted on irrelevant pursuits. They set clear schedules for themselves, focusing on what was truly important. One of the most effective ways to manage your phone usage and reclaim focus is through time blocking. This is a technique where you allocate specific periods of your day to focused tasks and phone-free activities. For example, you might decide that the first 2 hours of your workday will be completely free of phone distractions. During this time, you focus solely on your most important tasks, whether that's deep work, creative thinking, or strategic planning. Time blocking allows you to be intentional with your time. By creating structured periods of time for work, breaks, and phone use, you regain control over your focus. It also helps you build consistency, as you're able to stay on track and avoid the temptation to mindlessly check your phone. If you find yourself reaching for your phone during a phone-free block, take a deep breath, refocus, and remind yourself of the benefits of uninterrupted time. The more you practice this, the stronger your self-discipline becomes. Habit number 5, practice single tasking. Focus on one thing at a time. In today's world, multitasking is often seen as a sign of productivity. But the Stoics knew that true productivity comes from focus, not from juggling multiple tasks at once. Marcus Aurelius didn't divide his attention between a dozen things. He focused on one task at a time with full presence. The problem with multitasking is that it divides your attention and weakens your ability to concentrate. When you try to do multiple things at once, your mind constantly shifts between tasks, and the quality of your work suffers. The Stoics believed in focusing on the present moment and giving all of your energy to whatever you were doing. To practice single tasking, start by identifying one task that demands your full attention. It could be a work project, reading, or even a conversation with someone. Commit to giving that task 100% of your focus. Put away your phone, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and remove any other distractions. Every time you find your mind wandering or you're tempted to check your phone, gently bring your attention back to the task. Single tasking allows you to be fully present, and it enhances the quality of your work. When you focus solely on one thing at a time, you move through your tasks faster, with more clarity and precision, than if you were trying to do several things at once. This practice also trains your mind to focus for longer periods, making it easier to stay disciplined and avoid distractions throughout the day. The Stoics believed that quality was far more important than quantity, and single tasking aligns perfectly with that principle. Habit number 6, use digital detoxes. Schedule time away from screens. Another crucial practice for reclaiming mental clarity is the digital detox. The Stoics were never slaves to external distractions, and today's constant digital engagement can prevent you from achieving the mental peace and clarity necessary for deep thinking and focused work. Set aside time every day, or at least once a week, to disconnect completely from your digital devices. This could be during the first hour after waking up, or the last hour before bed. Or, you might decide to disconnect entirely on the weekends, or during specific periods of your day. During your detox, avoid all screens, no phone, no computer, no TV. Instead, use this time to engage in meaningful, low-tech activities. Go for a walk, read a book, meditate, or simply sit in silence. The Stoics believed in the power of solitude and self-reflection. By disconnecting from the noise of the digital world, you give your mind space to recharge, reflect, and focus on what truly matters. A digital detox doesn't just reduce distractions, it allows you to reconnect with yourself, regain mental clarity, and refocus on your goals. It's a powerful tool for building self-discipline and preventing the constant pull of digital distractions from stealing your mental energy. Habit number 7. Control your environment. Eliminate distractions. One of the most powerful ways to protect your focus is by controlling your environment. The Stoics were masters of self-control, but they also understood that your surroundings play a huge role in shaping your thoughts and actions. Marcus Aurelius, despite his duties as emperor, knew the importance of eliminating distractions to maintain his focus. Today, our environments are flooded with distractions. The sound of notifications, the constant temptation of checking our phones, and the endless number of things competing for our attention. If you want to stay focused, you must consciously choose your environment to support your goals. Start by identifying where you are most susceptible to distractions. Is it when you're working at your desk? Is it when you're sitting in front of the TV or at a cafe with your phone in hand? Once you identify these places or moments, you can begin to create a space that fosters focus. For example, create a distraction-free zone where you do your most important work. This means turning off notifications, putting your phone on airplane mode, and clearing your desk of anything unrelated to the task at hand. The Stoics practiced minimalism, not just in their possessions, but in their mental and physical space. By removing anything unnecessary, you free your mind to focus on what matters most. When you make your environment conducive to focus, you are setting yourself up for success. This practice allows you to reclaim your attention and make the most of every moment. Habit number 8. Use the 2-minute rule. Start with small tasks. The Stoics didn't shy away from big tasks, but they understood the value of starting small. When you're overwhelmed by a large project or goal, it's easy to procrastinate. But by starting with a small task, you can break the inertia and create momentum. One technique that can help you overcome procrastination is the 2-minute rule. The idea is simple. If a task will take 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. This could be sending an email, organizing your desk, or even reading a short article. By completing small tasks right away, you reduce the mental burden of accumulating to-do lists. You build momentum and avoid feeling overwhelmed by larger tasks. The Stoics believed that taking action in the face of fear or resistance was a key to building self-discipline. The 2-minute rule is a powerful way to start building that discipline by addressing small, simple tasks without delay. Over time, these small actions build up, and you'll find that the bigger tasks become easier to tackle because you've trained yourself to take immediate action. Habit number 9. Use self-awareness and feedback. Learn and adapt. The Stoics were relentless in their pursuit of self-improvement. They knew that in order to cultivate true self-discipline, they had to continuously evaluate themselves. Self-awareness is not just about reflecting on your actions in the moment. It's about actively learning from your experiences and making adjustments as needed. Marcus Aurelius, for example, spent time each day reviewing his actions, thoughts, and emotions. He wasn't afraid to ask himself the hard questions. Did he act with virtue today? Was he reactive, or did he respond thoughtfully? He constantly assessed himself to ensure his actions were aligned with his principles. This practice of self-reflection can help you regain focus when you lose your way. By being aware of your distractions, your emotional triggers, and the moments when you fall out of alignment, you can quickly identify where you're going off track and make the necessary adjustments. When you reflect on your day, ask yourself, what distracted me today? What caused me to lose focus? How did I react in situations that tested my discipline? By asking these questions, you gain valuable insight into what's pulling you away from your goals. The more you practice this self-awareness, the easier it becomes to spot distractions before they take hold and derail your progress. But self-awareness alone isn't enough. You must also adapt. It's one thing to recognize when you're distracted or unfocused, but it's another to actively take steps to improve. Consider setting up feedback systems to keep yourself accountable. This could be journaling, tracking your progress, or seeking advice from a mentor. These tools help you evaluate your growth and make sure you're staying on course. Remember, the Stoics weren't perfect, but they were constantly working to become better versions of themselves. They didn't let failures define them. Instead, they used failures as opportunities for growth. By regularly reflecting on your actions and using feedback to guide your decisions, you can continuously improve your ability to stay focused and disciplined. Habit number 10. Practice gratitude and contentment. Find peace in simplicity. The final Stoic habit for reclaiming mental clarity and focus is practicing gratitude and contentment. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with more, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly important. We think we need the latest gadgets, more success, more validation. But the Stoics knew that true peace came from being content with what you have. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, often reflected on the importance of contentment. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." In our quest for more, we often miss the beauty of the present moment. By practicing gratitude, you shift your focus from what's missing in your life to what you already have. Take time every day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, the simple, often overlooked aspects of life. Gratitude brings mental clarity by reminding you of your abundance rather than your lack. By cultivating contentment with what you have, you free yourself from the endless chase for more. This inner peace allows you to focus on what truly matters and make your daily actions more intentional. Remember, the Stoics didn't seek external validation or constant stimulation. They found contentment within themselves. Practice gratitude daily, appreciate the simple things, and focus on the present moment. By doing so, you'll reclaim your mental clarity, restore your focus, and find peace in the simplicity of life. If you're training your mind like a warrior, hit subscribe. No hype, just discipline. Habit number 11. Use the power of visualization. Envision your ideal self. One of the most powerful tools you can use to strengthen your focus and discipline is visualization. The Stoics were not just thinkers, they were also doers, but they understood the value of imagination and planning in shaping their actions. Marcus Aurelius would often visualize the challenges of the day ahead, mentally preparing himself to face difficulties with courage and wisdom. Visualization isn't just daydreaming, it's a tool for setting your mind in the right direction. By picturing yourself overcoming distractions, staying focused, and completing tasks with clarity, you mentally prepare yourself for success. Every morning, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine yourself successfully navigating the day. Visualize yourself rejecting distractions, sticking to your routine, and making decisions that align with your values. See yourself handling challenges with patience and resilience. This practice doesn't just help you stay on track, it strengthens your resolve. When you visualize success, you make it easier to take the necessary steps in the real world. You also build the confidence to handle distractions when they arise. Start small by visualizing your day. Then, begin applying this technique to your larger goals. Envision the person you want to become, the habits you want to build, and the life you want to lead. Visualization makes success feel more attainable and strengthens your mental focus. Habit number 12. Practice the dimming of the lights technique. Limit your exposure to distractions. In the age of constant digital distractions, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the flood of information coming at you every day. The Stoics didn't let external factors disrupt their focus. They practiced the art of limiting their exposure to distractions, focusing only on what truly mattered. One effective way to do this is through a technique called the dimming of the lights. This means intentionally limiting your exposure to distractions, whether it's your phone, social media, or external noise. Just as you dim the lights to create a focused, calm environment, you can dim the distractions in your life to foster clarity. Start by setting boundaries around your phone and other distractions. This could mean turning off notifications, using apps that limit your screen time, or setting specific hours when you allow yourself to check social media or respond to emails. Create do not disturb blocks in your schedule where you focus solely on important tasks. When you focus, do so fully. Immerse yourself in the work, allowing no distractions to steal your energy. This practice is rooted in the Stoic idea of concentration, the ability to focus on what's important, eliminating anything that doesn't serve your goals. The more you practice limiting distractions, the more you'll be able to focus with laser precision, making every moment count. Self-discipline and focus aren't just about avoiding distractions. They are about intentionally directing your attention to what matters most. The Stoics understood that every action, thought, and choice shapes who you become. By reclaiming your focus, you don't just protect your time, you protect your mind, your peace, and your growth. The techniques we've explored, from setting boundaries with your phone, practicing mindfulness, and using visualization, to creating a distraction-free environment and scheduling phone-free blocks of time, are all tools designed to help you take back control over your attention. The Stoics believed that mastery over oneself was the highest form of freedom. By strengthening your focus, you free yourself from the tyranny of external distractions. You become the master of your time, your thoughts, and your energy. But remember, this is a practice. Just like building any muscle, it takes time and consistent effort. Every time you consciously choose to focus, every time you decline a distraction, every time you take a moment to reflect, you are strengthening your discipline. As you apply these principles, you'll find that the distractions that once seemed so powerful will lose their grip on you. You'll find clarity in your thoughts, purpose in your actions, and peace in your mind. The power to reclaim your focus and live with intention is yours. You simply need to choose it every day. And with that, you begin to unlock the clarity and mental strength necessary to live a Stoic life, one filled with purpose, alignment, and resilience. Your phone, distractions, and external noise no longer hold the power over you. With each day, you strengthen your ability to remain focused, stay disciplined, and live fully aligned with your deepest values.